What's going on, lads? I hope you're doing fantastic today. I hope you're breathing in that air, getting in that sun, and I hope you're looking after your mind, body, and if you're not, you better be doing something about that. Here's the thing about excuses, and before I get onto this, I already know there's going to be people looking at me like, oh, this guy probably messes up. Who is he to... Yeah, I'm one to give advice because I learn from the advice. I'm one to tell you how to stop messing up because I mess up. I hate that dumbass excuse. Why should I follow this guy's advice? He sometimes fails. What, so you're using that to justify the fact that you should never try? That you should never get up from your failures? A man who has fallen can get back up 10 times stronger. Because I relearned a valuable lesson last week. I didn't go to the gym as much as I should have. I wasn't as driven as I should have. And by the way, I've got back to that energy that I wanted in one day of just being disciplined. Because no matter how much your brain convinces you otherwise, you're really not that deep in it. It wants you to stay in the place that you're in. I'll repeat that again. It wants you to stay in the place that you're in. But one day of proper work, proper pushing, by the end of it, even by halfway through it, you're out of the hole again. Depends how deep you are in, but it's the voices and the... Makes it sound like you're a schizophrenic. I mean that little stupid Spurg voice that wants you to scroll Instagram and watch porn. That voice, that same voice that wants you to do these things also wants to keep you doing these things. So of course it's going to lie to you and make it seem like it's worse than you already are. I looked at myself in the mirror. Sometimes I find myself very attractive, not in a narcissistic way. Sometimes I think I'm a disgusting troll. I looked at myself in the mirror. I wasn't happy with my muscle mass. I missed a few days from the gym. I thought I lost it all. One workout and I feel like I've got it all back. That's not how biology works. It's all up here. Do you know what I mean? You skip today, you skip your life, because it starts with the little excuses. That's the lesson I want to talk about today. Last week I wanted to go to the gym 5 times. Make that sound impressive, but that's what I used to do. I'm going to get back that. That is my objective this week. Hold me accountable for that. I'm saying it on here, so then if I don't get it, then I have to be embarrassed and admit it to you. Guess how many times I went last week? Usually I can at least manage 3. It started with, I've obviously got a job, right? So to make the 5-day-a-week quota, I had to get up early on some days before work. So what do you think happened? Well, on the second day, I didn't get up early. I got up, but I didn't sleep properly. So I thought, you know what, sleep's more important, which is kind of true. I'm gonna go 4 times this week, get it next week, get some more sleep. So I got some more sleep, and I didn't go the next day. I can't even tell you why. I went the day after that, but then I didn't go for the rest of the day. Looks like I was committing a crime by not going. Those police think so. I didn't go the next day. I only went twice because I started to spiral into this taking it easier and easier sort of routine, and it all starts with one excuse. Now, what do you think? Where do you think this started? Was it skipping the day after that? Because I still could have gone 4 times a week. Yeah, that would have been a failure, but it would have been better. And actually, that's almost harder because I wouldn't have got the ego validation, but still hit some pretty good gains, right? Didn't start there. I know what you're thinking. It probably started with me not getting out of bed and choosing sleep. No, it started before that. Do you know where it started, lad? It started the night before. When I didn't go to bed on time, when I didn't discipline myself. I still went to bed to get the equivalent of 7 hours sleep, which I usually need more. But I slacked when I got home. Instead of making food right away, I kind of watched some things for a while. The decision that ruined it all was well before I even went to bed. Because I still went to bed sort of on time, but I was still digesting. I'd watched loads of content on my phone before bed, so my brain was a scrambled mess, so I didn't get a quality sleep. The decision started there. And that little stupid decision, which I didn't even realize was that bad, that I thought, oh, I could get away with it, that spiraled and spiraled and spiraled until by the end of the week, I really hadn't hit anywhere near where I wanted to go. And that's how easy it is. Because one excuse creates more excuses. Once you skip one disciplinary routine, it's easy to skip the rest. And it can start with something small and snowball and snowball and snowball. And before you know it, your week's gone. That's how it is. Now, if this happens to you, be better than me and stop it snowballing. Salvage your week. It may not be as prideful or as rewarding as it could have been, But my G, it's still better than skipping all these days. And what happened as well, throughout the week I gave myself valid excuses. Because I skipped a certain amount of days, because I skipped one day, it ruined my routine. My routine is very regimented to the fact that I have to hit certain workouts on certain days so I can hit other workouts and I'll rest in time, if that makes sense. So because I skipped this one day, without actually thinking about it, I didn't even do this on purpose, it meant I couldn't hit these specific workouts because my muscles wouldn't have recovered to hit it again, right? So I had to, so the only amount I could really hit it was 3. But then on Saturday, just gone, and this is another thing that happened as well, I got the whole day off work, and in my head I was supposed to work, go to sleep, go gym the next day. Because I had this void day, I wasn't prepared to be disciplined, and I had a weak moment again. Instead of being disciplined, I just did nothing the whole day, rotted my brain, which is very rare for me, for the whole day. And that affected me into Sunday. I started feeling terrible about myself, and instead of being a man and picking up the pieces on Sunday, I just continued that over. And then that carried into the next day, into this morning, where I felt like a failure. And guess what, Chief? One good session at the gym, one good meditation session, one good vitamin D absorbing session, whatever you want to call it, and I'm back already. Because that's the thing. You're going to mess up and you're going to be a little degenerate spurg sometimes. But the one thing that is not acceptable is to stay there, is to beat yourself up when you could be, instead of wasting time beating yourself up and acknowledging that you have failed, you could be out there winning. Just get up the next day and do better. That's all you have to do. It is that simple. Whatever is up here convincing you otherwise, it is that simple to get back on it. And learn from your lessons. You know what I'm going to do now? Be more vigilant. Not only am I going to wake up in the morning and think, is my brain just trying to ruin my week? But the night before, when I have an impulse to watch something before eating, or not going to bed exactly when I should do, am I going to do that? No. Shout out to the person who walked out in the back. I'm going to be more vigilant with these little things that can snowball. Jesus. That's twice in one video. Looks like someone's died. I do live in an area full of old people, no offense. So hopefully it's, I don't want to say hopefully it's that, but I mean hopefully it's just nature and not, stabbings. I do live in England. That's the thing, lad. You have a brain like everyone else that is very primal in some areas, and it really wants you to be a little weak spur, because then you have to put in minimum effort. Back in the day, this brain would help us survive. Now it's keeping us weak. So be more vigilant. Next time you think you're doing a little thing that's just maybe, I don't know, skipping one workout or one meal or going to bed a half an hour later, think about it. Think about the effects and trickle-down effects it can have, because it doesn't seem that deep. And it doesn't seem like surely going to bed a bit later tonight is going to mean that you skip the gym for the rest of the week, but it genuinely could mean that if you let it snowball. And know that you always have a choice to stop the snowball. It just gets harder and harder the bigger it gets. For some reason, when the week starts again, it's just easier to start again fresh. I don't know why. Maybe that's my brain. But I hope you found some value from this. Please stay vigilant, as I will. And keep me accountable 5 times this week. That is my goal. I will only ever accept the excuses this week if I don't go. Let's say work calls me in for an extra day, or I get injured. So if I don't hit it 5 times this week, I expect you to keep me accountable, because this isn't me better than you, looking down on you. This is just us helping each other. Because unlike these stupid influencers that have been on here for the past years acting like they're cult leaders and gods, they make the same mistakes you do, believe it or not. And I'm more disciplined than the average person, yeah, but I can also be a pretty stupid idiot sometimes. So let's help each other, yeah? Stay disciplined, stay vigilant of your mind, lad. Have a fantastic week, and above all, just get some sun, yeah? Because it's going to be winter soon, and oof, that's going to be a new kind of challenge, one I'm excited for. Say less. Do more. Hasta luego.